back to your question. Super excited to talk about this because this is everything. I mean, doctor comes from the Latin word docere, which means to teach. If you don't teach people how to take care of themselves, they'll never be able to. So, at the end of the day, we've really lost control of a lot of things. We've lost control over our air, our water, our food, our nutrition. Even in some ways, in the last 3 or 4 years, as we've all seen, the autonomy of making decisions for ourselves and especially informed decisions about what we put in our body, on our body, inject in our body, up in our body, however you want to do it. And I will try not to deep dive on any of that stuff so that this podcast can be actually aired and not banned. But I think anybody with a little bit of awareness knows what we are talking about. It's not fortunately, you are accelerating health with your brands and your programs. But a lot of people are working around the clock to accelerate and elevate sickness. And it really is about ignorance at the end of the day. Uh, you said it perfectly. People are saying, I'm not doing anything different. Like I'm breathing the same air, I'm drinking the water, I'm eating the food. But it's different. There's things in our air that was never there before. There's things being dropped on us from the sky that has been well documented, but people go, oh wow, the clouds look different, or there are no clouds anymore. There's things that are in our water. There's over 2,000 toxic chemicals that the EPA has listed a health advisory for. There are hundreds of tumor promoters, cancer promoters, mutagens, endocrine disruptors. And people, we say if you don't filter these things, if you're not filtering your air, if you're not filtering the water, then guess who's the filter? You are. And then food, as you know, I mean, you out of necessity, and as a mom who wanted to take care of their family, had to take matters into your own hands and create supplements at a level that other people weren't doing it. Why is that? Because people go, why do I need supplements? Can I just take a vitamin, or why do I even need that? I'm eating food. But the food is devoid of nutrition. The food has been genetically modified. The food has been irradiated. The food has been adulterated, and now the food is even vaccinated. So if you're not friends with your farmers market farmers, if you're not friends with the people who raise cattle, and if you're not at a place where you could actually fish unpolluted or mildly polluted water, supplementing it's a have to, if nothing else, because it's about filling this gap that's been created. And 100 years ago, all the food was organic because we didn't freeze it, we didn't radiate it, we didn't inject it with things, and we didn't spray it with things. So the water was cleaner because we didn't have the level of chemicals, even pharmaceuticals that are in our water. People are getting drugged unbeknownst to them. In the air, you used to be able to see that. You used to be able to see that air was clear. You didn't see air like when you or I land in LA, which we try not to when we fly back to town. But when you do, you usually see the air floating around. You're not supposed to see air.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
My middle daughter is at USC in Los Angeles, and she's on the rowing team. And she came back and got a scan done on her body, and her heavy metals were through the roof. And we're like, what is going on? Well, she rows in the port of Los Angeles. And I actually had the privilege, not such a privilege, to go pick her up at practice this last weekend and saw what was going on there. I'm like, do we have to row? Can we maybe quit? Because do you know what you're breathing in? And you better believe she is on a lot of supplements to detox all that stuff out. But the liver is just like, it's saying, I'm giving up. I don't want to do this anymore. And you wonder why you're getting acne and your hair's falling out and your eyebrows are thinning and everyone's penciling them in and putting, fake extensions in. Why don't we get to the root of the problem? You can actually grow your own stuff back, right? And,
Right.
I always say that hair is a great window to your internal health because your body doesn't care what you look like. It's going to take care of the important stuff on the inside first. So it is, like you said, detox and supplementation is essential now. And it's not just a base layer. It's not just going to Whole Foods and picking up a liver supplement or a multivitamin supplement off of the shelves. It's doing all of the things. And that's where we're going to get into biostacking.